What's up everybody? In this video I'm going to show you guys how I remove coils out of my XJ6 suspension. It's kind of tricky. There's a lot of tension on this plate here, and that's how we're going to remove the coil. We're going to take it out of the bottom A-arm. I don't have the special Jaguar tool. I'm just going to use a threaded rod here, and I've got two pieces of 3 feet and I just cut them down to 4 1-foot pieces. And this is actually fine thread 3/8 by 24, and I also got some grade 8 nuts. What we're gonna do is take these 4 bolts out, but not all at once because you'll hurt yourself. So one at a time. We'll take one out, and then we'll replace it with a threaded rod. These 2 will come out. But what's going to happen is we're going to slowly work the nuts out, so it'll slowly take the plate down and take tension off that coil. You just got to be really careful because there's a lot of pressure on that plate, and if you aren't careful you can hurt yourself really bad. But here we go. This is I believe it's a 9/16. It's funny how a English made car, well maybe it's made in the US, but has a lot of standard parts or standard threaded nuts and bolts. But here we go. I also cut out these about 1-inch spacers out of 5/8 DOM, and it's just to be a little standout so I can get to the nuts a little bit easier once I put these threaded rods in. And again, you also want to make sure that you have some type of lubricant to put on the threads of this threaded rod, and it's because you'll have so much pressure on the threads you don't want them to gall up as you're unscrewing the pressure of the coil. Alright guys, I got all the threaded rod in. And I can't stress enough, you've got to be really careful with this because this is not, actually, it's not a very safe method. It's kind of sketchy, but you want to make sure you take every precaution, like safety precaution, so you don't seriously hurt yourself. So one thing I'm going to do is at the end of each one of these threaded rods, I'm taking my Sharpie and just marking a line basically on each one. And the reason I'm doing this is that when I'm loosening these jam nuts off the coil, I'm going to make sure that these aren't moving so that I'm not unscrewing the threaded rod. I want to make sure I'm just unscrewing the nut, not the entire threaded rod, if that makes sense. Because if the threaded rod comes undone, you are screwed. Like, this will make your life hell. So what we're going to do from this point on is very slowly work these in sequence off. So basically we're just going to keep going like a turn at a time in a circle, and it's going to make this plate come out theoretically. Just make sure that each one of these threads, make sure you lube them. Use WD-40 or whatever type of spray, silicone spray that you have, and then go slowly. You don't want to start canting, because once it starts canting you can bend those, and that's going to make it difficult. So let's see how this works out. Well, all right, there you have it. So remember, guys, you want to be very careful. This actually worked out a lot better than I thought it was. Just want to make sure you keep oiling the threads as you're backing them out. Make sure you put index marks at the end. That's pretty much key because you won't be able to tell if the threaded rod's turning or not. And this is all the way out. All I gotta do is back these off and pull the coils out, and we're there. And in the next video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to modify these plates and the upper purchase to accept airbags. I'll show you which airbags I'm using, and then if you have any other questions, go ahead and leave a comment below and give me a like if you like the video. Thanks.